The sky cried fire and iron. In 4 days our oppressors struck civilization to its knees. World leaders hardly kept composure. Their public addresses crudely showed the nature of their panicked minds. Fear fueled the chaos that swept over nations and their militaries. It was a parasite spewing the taint of despair, the slaughter they were sent to it. It wasn't a war. It wasn't even a battle. There were many who died in that time. Each day was worse than the last. It seemed our foe was unstoppable and retaliation was pointless against their might. I am only a humble writer, and I struggle to find the words that correctly depict the atrocities I have witnessed. Forgive me, my thoughts are in disarray as the events I describe are recent. The pain of seeing death is abundant. It does something to the eyes. I don't know why I'm alive, but I know I am needed. That is all that matters. I live. Others have been crowded in pits, dark abyssal things that swallow any light that enters. Where do they go? None return, and every day echoes with their screams. I guess I don't really care. As long as I keep my life and my thoughts in check, my captors leave me. Yet I do not know why they keep me. Each day passes and I am given routine. In the morning I receive parchment and an odd quill with some slob I consider breakfast. Midday I give my captors what I have written and they stare at me. That ugly bat-winged helm stares back, decaying any thought of joy in my mind. Why do they attend to me personally? They have ever only spoken once to me, demanding my thoughts to be written. A man with pale skin and dark eyes comes to take my work. I don't know where it goes, and oh, how my mind wanders against the soft cries throughout the day. The sweet symphony of agony brings me hope that I am not alone, that others still live. But night, dreaded, cold, that abysmal premonition, unavoidable, destined to take us all. I have forsaken myself to speak of the darkness once it consumes these lands. When the sun is at its highest, I feel there I can endure this. Solace to live in this cruel cage, but when that light dies, I cower. I let myself sink into a corner and force those abominations out. My captors, no, my masters, watch me. Intense sets of ruby-colored eyes leer at me, sentencing my torment to even worse conditions. What do they want?
I wish to bring light to this world, to change the reality you believe.
What?
Your world has never seen a god.
What god would be so malevolent?
The changer of ways is not. Blessings from our Lord will open your blind eyes.
It raised a massive gauntlet to my face, caressing me with an unnerving care. It was a sick show of hospitality after weeks of monstrosities. This changer of ways, what is it? Why does it kill and tear families apart? There are children knee-deep in the dead. What god would want this?
It does not matter how many die.
Is it? Can it read my thoughts?
You project yourself, uncontrolled, such potential. Have a taste of what is to come.
Its hand split open, letting thick saliva fall, and show its teeth. Even as I recoiled, it kept its momentum towards me. A slow, steady pace, nearing, knowing I couldn't escape. A stench stung my nostrils as the hand made contact. Sharp, prodding pain struck over my face. I couldn't move. It seemed to have paralyzed me with a single sting of a tendril. The things I witnessed. It flashed by in seconds, but I'll never forget. Massive creatures. Some that reached to the sky, pits with bloodied teeth and endless stomachs cracked open within the land. But what burns in my thoughts? There was a creature that embodied the carnage. Its gigantic form took flight for all to gaze upon. It was humanoid, but far from human. It had bird-like heads and wings that seemed to span across the horizon. It carried a staff that warped wounds in my sight, never keeping its form. Was this their god? The changer of ways?
A champion, our lord. He will bless this